I would say that if you don't feel any nervousness in doing a wedding shoot, I would then deem that you are a template photographer.
Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Get Creative podcast, and I'm your host Yen Chong from Yen Chong Videos. So today we have Ryan from Nothing Visuals, and he shared lots of amazing tips and tricks regarding our main topic of freelance to full-time. And I mean amazing topics that you really want to know. You do not want to miss it. I apologize for the sound today. Outside has been doing some grass cutting, so there's a lot of noise. I apologize for that, but you won't hear during the podcast. Okay, we also talk about what it takes to jump into the industry, the challenges that we face and how we rectify it, how we navigate through challenges, and more. And moving forward, for you guys that are listening, yes, the listeners and the viewers will get the chance to ask questions for my guests, for subsequent guests. So Ryan will be the first one that get to know the guests, the questions that being asked. So in future, I will post. I'll keep posting on social media for you guys, those listeners, those loyal listeners that want to ask more questions. You will be able to do that. But before we go into the episode, I would like to ask one question, which is, what do you learn from the previous podcast, which is from Chino from Nifty 50? If you have learned one thing from the podcast, what is it? I would really love to know what you have learned, and it might help out on the podcast too. So without further ado, Ryan from Nothing Visuals.
Okay, welcome to Let's Get Creative podcast, where I'm your host Yen Chong from Yen Chong Videos, and welcome to another episode. So today we have Ryan from Nothing Visuals, and usually how we do is we introduce our guests before we go to the main topic. So Ryan, would you like to introduce how Nothing Visuals get started and how long you've been doing this, and share all the insights?
Sure. So I started Nothing Visuals about 5 years ago. Yeah. Previously, I already shooting wedding. So actually, I've been doing weddings for 10 years.
Wow, super long.
Yeah, very long. Yeah. So, but it's a journey lah. It's a nice journey, and now Nothing Visual is not only me alone. I have two other photographers.
Oh yeah, for people that don't know, right, Nothing Visuals is our partner for photography, wedding photography. So this is like a sidetrack promo lah. So if anyone thinking of getting wedding photography and also want to mix with a bit of videography, we are the ones that we can do it lah.
Yep.
Because we've been working with them for a while and they are really good. So we felt like the chemistry was right, and yeah, that's why we have Ryan be part of this whole journey with us lah. So how do you why have been doing this for so long, right? What makes you feel like this is like your path of doing this for your life?
I first stepped into photography proper, not weddings, is also because of a life experience that I felt I miss out a lot, especially the memories keepsake. Yeah. So what triggered my photography journey was actually, I don't know, I have a lot of photos of my grandfather. Yeah, my late grandfather.
Okay.
So he's very close to me, and the moment he passed on, it's like something left me.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I tried looking for photos of me and him together, but I just couldn't find one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Really good. Reason. That's how the passion usually starts, right? Something triggered and you really want to do something with it. Okay, so you've been Nothing Visuals has been how long? 8 years?
Nothing Visuals is
5 years.
5 years in this year, 2020. So but I've been shooting for 10 years lah.
Okay, so just a sidetrack question. Is it like a sudden decision to just jump into Nothing Visual, or it's been planning while you're doing other things?
Okay, so before Nothing Visual is birth, I was also doing wedding photography, event photography. but I don't have like a specific branding name like Nothing Visuals. Yeah, and then but I felt that to have a branding is very important. That's why I started Nothing Visuals.
Like a proper lah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a proper.
Yeah, for that, I think we'll go
Yeah.
in depth later once we go into the topic.
Yeah.
But before that, usually I will get my guests to have like a quick fire round. And because I've been receiving feedbacks from my guests that they already know what kind of questions they're gonna ask, so in 2020, this first ever episode, I decided to change all the questions so that you all don't know what will be asked on the actual day. Because every time people tell me all the answer before the questions are out, so I felt like it's a bit like what? Okay, so are you ready for the quick fire round?
Can.
You ready? Ah?
Yep.
Okay, so what's the best piece of advice you have received?
Never stop learning.
Nice. Okay, what's something that you failed at?
What's something that I failed at? Mathematics.
Oh, same. Okay, if your house was on fire, what are the two things you will run back into to take?
My wife and my camera.
Wow, so practical. Okay, if you have one lens to shoot, what will it be and why?
My favorite 35.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why 35?
Okay, 35 actually is not a lens that what our human eye perspective is, but it gives us some kind of like a bit wider perspective. But a 35 can also mimic a 50
Oh, how? That's
by
very
moving yourself.
Oh, physically zooming in.
Yeah, physically zooming in. So
Okay.
if you can see with a 50, you definitely can see with a 35. So the 35 will add another storytelling angle to the photos.
Very special. I like this question because everybody give me different answer. And some people say 50, some people say 35.
Yeah.
For me, it's 50 lah. So, who will you play right, in the movie of your life if you can play one character? Tough, right?
As in any
Any
mo-
character. Anime also can. Whatever character you like.
I think I would play the role of this soldier in Saving Private Ryan.
Wow.
And his name is called Ryan as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, if you have one superpower, what will it be?
The superpower that can save the world.
Wow, okay, wow.
Yeah.
So stress. This kind of power very stress. Huh? Okay, the best movie ever watched. Sure got a lot. One.
A lot eh.
Okay, like, you only choose one. You get to choose one and watch. The stress is real.
Battleship.
Oh, why? So
I-
specific.
Okay, generally I love to watch war-related movies or like those like fighting movies.
But it's not because of the storyline lah.
Sometimes I'll see at the storyline, but
Ah.
I love this kind of like
Action pack,
Action-packed,
shoot, blood,
yeah.
die.
no lah, more for the explosions.
So Michael
Yeah.
Bay confirm you like lah.
Oh,
Everything
he's,
explosive.
he's my one
Favorite
of
lah, one of your
favorite,
favorite
yeah,
lah.
yeah.
Okay, if you are not in this industry yet, what will you be doing? If you're not in this
Air cabin crew.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. You got try or not? You got try before?
Never try lah, but
I think you can.
really?
Yeah, I think you can. No, because you're very clean cut.
Oh.
Yeah, then you got more chance. Usually more clean cut people, the hygiene good, right? Usually can. Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad. Okay, so now you have answered all the questions, right? We'll go to our main topic of the day,
Alright.
which is transitioning from freelance to full time. This actually has been asked by Nathaniel from A Little Black Box. Thank you for your question, because he had been asking me like twice. Because I
Okay.
sent out. Now we do this segment where I'll ask out questions before I start doing an episode, so that people that listen to this podcast have a chance to kind of like be involved in this
Okay.
process. Yeah, because it's not just me. I felt like I should also involve the community.
Right.
So he has been interested to know like the freelance to full time, that kind of like balance in between, and some people just dive straight into full time and what it takes to jump into full time. So I understand that you are juggling both
Yes.
at this present time.
At this present time.
How do you actually balance it in general?
I would think that time management is very important. So because technically both are like my full-time job. So it's more about a 50-50 kind of balance to get things going. Yeah, but also because I have a understanding boss lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and also being my own boss, I also need to be learning how to run my company well. Because I'm not only the only man in my own company, but also two other guys, and also that put some stress, some kind of stress in my journey to grow the company.
But
Yeah.
wow, actually not easy. Like you only have 24 hours a day. Then now you have to like balance into like you created nothing visual in between while you're doing full time. Is there like a gauge how can our viewers or listeners that are like trying to do both or some trying to jump into the next phase, is there like a way that you know whether you are ready to balance both or also like want to quit and jump into this full-time thing? Is there like a way that you can gauge yourself?
I think most importantly, the first thing is you really need to have the willpower, I would guess, the willpower to want to be in this industry, and of course the passion to fuel you to carry on lah. Because to transit into full time, you will face a lot of uncertainties. Yeah, that is one of the things that for people who want to jump straight in or giving themselves a timeline of like 6 months or 1 year to want to go and try out transiting from freelance to full time. So there's a lot of things that you need to consider actually. But for me, when I'm not right now juggling 50-50, I also sometimes feel like I have a lot of things that I have to do, but I do not have the time to do
Like
because of like especially networking. Networking.
Yeah, I actually agree. The things that you say from just now all the way to like the last line, right? I agree, and I personally how I judge like whether I'm ready or not. Cause I've been this for half a year, and before that it took me an entire year before I actually decided to hop on. Was first you really my gauge lah is while you're doing full-time job, if you can manage to mini network, do the editing, do the shooting using your own leave, have to like clear all your leave just to really to do this work, this sideline work, right? If you can manage to do this and you don't feel tired, I'm not physically tired, like mentally, if you're not tired and you can still come back from a full-time job and still do your editing, I think that is one of the baseline that I can tell myself that okay, if I can do without complaining, like I don't feel like it's a hassle, then actually it's okay. Like I think this is like a baseline lor. Then talking about like what it really takes, right? Like one of the hardest things I feel lah, I don't know whether you feel the same way, maybe you can jump in later, like is the family time. Once you take on both roles, right, I felt like I don't see my family members, like I would say maybe sometimes 1 week don't even see them once, especially for my parents. I mean for my wife still okay, I have to get to see her, but for my parents that are staying not with me, I don't get to see them. That's why during that period where I was about to quit, I felt really bad that this is one of the pushing factors for me lah. Like the time to spend with them is much more important than the money that I got from a full-time job. Though doing both, one of the perks is the money very good lah. You got full-time, then you still got this. Then provided for Ryan's case, he very lucky because his boss don't mind this extra thing that's running as long as your job performance is okay. But some of the companies may have policies like moonlighting. This is one thing that you have to check with your HR. Would they mind to have a sideline job outside of your current policy because you might sign a contract that involves that clause. So one of the things is that in particular you have to really check because if you get caught, then it's not worth it lah. So these are the few factors lah. So how do you know whether you are creatively ready? Like because people start on freelance, they gasa a bit lah, try. But how do they know that they are ready to take on the job? Like take on any freelance job or take on like while you're juggling your full-time job? How do you know whether they are ready to take jobs, like real paying jobs?
I would think that any paid job is a responsibility. So a client who has already paid you, it means that they really trusted you with their big day, with their big event. So you yourself as being the paid vendor, you must be ready even if you are not ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's like when I think it's right to say that while you can practice on your own,
Yes.
but when the job or the money comes in, the actual day itself is not for you to test.
Yes, definitely not for testing.
Yeah, by then you are supposed to be very versatile on your camera. You're supposed to already know how your camera works, how low your camera low light can go, how bright can it go, all the settings. So you can switch between slow-mo and normal, 4K, non-4K, how to check your audio level. Everything must be more or less there. It cannot be guessing, because the moment you are guessing means you are not prepared for the gear. So the time to perform is actually on the actual day, not for you to, I think I can. When you have that kind of like guess, but I personally feel as a freelancer last time, you can have about 10% of guesstimates. Things that you can try at home, but then, okay, one thing I'm not sure, I think I faced this before, like mixers, how to link to mixers, because my house don't have a mixer.
True.
So there's no way I can plug XLR to a wedding venue and like try, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing that I'm not sure is the sound. But how I rectify is I have recorded, so I link it, try it on myself, see how far. If it's a wireless, I need to know like, how far can I go? Then they kind of measure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel that you can have a bit of leeway in terms of like things that you cannot control or things that you don't have. If you don't have, then you must rent. So that's where CRC comes in.
Yep.
This is advertising, but no lah. Really, you can rent and try out. Then if it works, then when you go to, you can confidently tell a client, okay, I can do this because you do before. It's very confident. But do you have any tips to like kind of give to make the freelancer feel more confident when they are facing client for the very first time or the first couple of times?
I would think that from experience, when you meet up with a couple, you really need to be confident. So how to be confident of yourself is beforehand you need to do your own research. And by doing research means that you can go and find out from the couple what do they really need. They, especially on their wedding day, like what are they looking for and what are they looking to get out from your packages or from what you are going to offer. And then when you do that, they know that you are prepared, so that they know that this person is trustable because he does his homework and he really knows what is he doing. Yeah.
Is there like a actual day thing that they can do to kind of like boost their confidence?
You mean on the actual day itself?
Yeah.
I would think that on the actual day itself, by then, being a freelancer, you really somewhat have to be more than 50% ready to shoot. I think most of them who started out, they are very scared about the settings. Like, especially when we go from indoor to outdoor, the settings change drastically.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, my ISO need to change, my aperture need to change, my shutter speed need to change. Then suddenly you forgot to change, then wow, overexposed, that kind of thing. I think this one all comes from experience. I think to be a good photographer, you really need to learn from experience, and you must not be afraid to fail.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you must not be afraid to fail.
But if you feel like, is there a way to kind of like rectify if you have mistakes? But what kind of mistake is okay?
Okay, so the first, on actual day, there's actually no much room for you to fail. So what I would suggest, right, is if you know that you suddenly know that you forgot to change settings and you know that it's overexposed, please immediately go and review your footage so you can redo. Act like nothing happened. Just say that, let's take another shot. Yes.
Yeah, it is true lah. On the actual day, it's true that you really must put on a game face lah. You cannot go in with a blur face. Then you need to at least let the couple have a sense of security.
Yes.
Your movement, your posture, how you talk to them, how you talk to their parents when you want to change some shot or something. Even if you screw up, maybe you can just say like, maybe you can do that again, like just to kind of like faster rectify it. Everything is like on the dot response. You don't have time to kind of like, you can review like a fast review, then straight away must go in. You cannot like, where's the button? Then you try to find. You have no time for all this. So fake it till you make it lah. At least for the first few job, whether be it wedding or corporate, give them a sense that okay, he knows like where the flow is. At least know like the timetable lah, like like the wedding timetable. Don't go around and ask like what time is this what time is that. By right you are supposed to already have like a whole PDF version. I believe the couple will give you by then. You should be able to kind of like, okay, actually one tip I don't know whether you do. I always the PDF came out, right?
Yeah.
I will screenshot it, then I'll put on my phone screen.
Yeah.
So when I press the lock button, you see the time, right? You also can see the timeline.
Oh.
So like for the morning part, you can just squeeze all into that screen.
Right.
Then you can see what time is what. Then people ask, you just press and you can see it.
Right.
This is one
very good.
Yeah, fast and efficient, no time, but of course you have to keep changing every time you finish your shoot lah. Change back to your wallpaper. But it saves you time lah. So when people ask you, you can just like, okay, this is something that I do. This is where is there? You can just point everywhere. Once you have the information, it's much easier for you. Because last time I always open the photo. Then photo you can find. Then like by the time it's like finished already. So that was one thing lah. I don't know whether you have some like this kind of like fast tips and tricks that you become very handy, then it becomes very useful for everyone.
I will still screenshot, but I don't put it on my lock screen. But I favorite that photo. So when I go in, it's the first one.
Yeah, that's true lah. Is there like photography, right? Is there like a good like a good trick under your robe that you know that is very handy, that you last time don't know, then suddenly you do that like, why I never think of that last time when you're doing other previous weddings?
As in
the operational wise, like the day itself, the day itself. Or maybe in general lah. Whether before the wedding day, after the wedding day, or during the wedding day. Is there any like change in your way that you shoot that makes the day smoother?
Change in the way that I shoot. Actually, it doesn't really change much because that was my style of shooting. So to me, once I get my shot, I will move on.
Pro. That's
so, as same thing. So all these are from years of shooting lah. Years of shooting, you learn to nail the shot.
Become faster lah.
And then you do not waste time lah. Especially for things like veiling the bride. Don't redo so many times lah, because you will get the feeling is not there anymore.
Yes,
you won't get the natural thing anymore.
You are the second person that says that. The guest before you have mentioned like the way he shoot is he prefers it to be one shot and done. And it's not the bride and groom's responsibility that you can't get the shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they don't know. So he hates to do second time. So we try to nail the first time because the first time is the most natural, the most authentic. And if you tend to do the second time, the feeling
Yeah.
fleet already.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
It will become like a reenactment instead of a moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a big difference when you take a second time? Do you really see like the face?
Yeah,
like,
there
gone?
is I mean, the smile, the interaction is no longer natural anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because they
actually
know
it's
what
awful
they
lah.
have to do. They really know what they have to do. It's like, okay,
can
no,
just-
now I'm Bill, right? So what? Go in and hug your daughter. They really know what to do. So it's like no longer natural.
Oh. So for people that are not really like they don't have the confidence to okay for my experience is do you like when they are doing veiling, right, do you give them quiet time? Do you ask them certain questions so that you can get the emotions? Like, is there any way that you can like make sure that you got the shot? Because some parents might not get what you want. They don't show you the reaction that you want. Yeah, somehow you need to
I
guide
think
them.
that would depends on how the parents react to that veiling moment. Yeah, some parents are actually very expressive. Like before the whole before the whole veiling is done, I will usually prompt them with things that they need to do. Like, you hold the veil this way, that way, then after that, right, when I just count down, you just do your veiling, and then yeah, but everything is prompt to them before the actual thing. Yeah. But if really they cannot get the shots I want, instead of stopping, putting my camera down, I will still shoot, but as I shoot, I prompt.
Oh, how got example? I also want to learn.
So basically, because you can look through your viewfinder, you can look through your back of your LCD. You basically know what they are doing.
Okay.
So from there, you can see whether they have already interacted with your questions or your prompts beforehand.
Oh. So
Yeah.
set your frame already lah.
So you set your frame
You just wait for the
ready,
moment,
wait
right?
for a moment.
Say something that
Yeah.
trigger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, smart. I
Yeah.
didn't know. Yeah.
And of course, when you see a very tangible moment meaning the parents actually starting to break down, stop your prompts.
Okay.
Let the moment grow
Breathe,
by
ah.
itself.
Wow, good tip leh.
Yeah.
I learned suddenly I feel like hey honey, I remember this tip. I'm sharing this to my second shooter. Very important tip. Because I always have this problem. I always feel that the quiet moment is very, very important.
Yeah.
Way before the ceremony, all this, I think that part is like the most critical. They don't have any more time to bond because
Correct.
the current time at that moment is the most chill.
Yeah.
After that, we'll be like busy with the ceremony.
Yeah.
Everything is all coming at straight time.
Yeah.
So the parent and the kid don't have this moment anymore.
Mm.
So I always feel like if I don't do enough, then I will regret when I'm editing. Because I always feel like I always go back to the editing.
Yeah.
When I go back to the editing, I always go back to that moment.
Mm.
And usually that moment is either hit or break. Because some really don't have. So that part, try to nail on the first one. This is really the golden tip.
Yeah.
Frame your shots and prompt or you shoot. This one very important. I personally learned a lot for this one. Okay, so is there any steps to take going into the industry? Like maybe you can talk about camera gear, but I don't want to be a gear here lah. I'm just saying like steps that you take on like mentally, physically, gear related. Yeah, is there any like a proper step that you go into this for people that want to jump into this industry lah?
Okay, so basically, if you want to jump into this industry, especially for wedding, you should need to know how in a day a wedding photographer life is.
Oh,
Yeah. So basically, what a lot of people see, right, is what we do on the actual day itself, but they have never seen what we have done at the back. When we pack up our bags and say bye bye, you know, congratulations, and then back home we were like, wow, backlogs.
Hell start. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So why am I saying this? You really need to be mentally prepared that your job doesn't end after a 10-hour shoot. Yes. Especially if you are a freelancer and you are holding a job like myself, you really need to know how to do time management because you cannot affect both sides of your job.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true. It really hits in my heart to say that. Because, I have been juggling that for quite a while and I really feel very frustrated because there's no way, at least until that point of time, right? Because there's a gauge I told myself. Once I use up all my leave, right, for all the jobs, all the corporate jobs, all the wedding jobs, right, it's time for me to quit. Like once my leave run out, I haven't even reached end of the year, I will quit my job. And I really quit my job. Because really cannot.
Yeah.
Like the missed opportunities is too high. Then you also don't want to unwillingly like gang MC all this lah. I feel that it's very stupid lah. But it's like time management is a discipline that you need to really like endure it lah. Then like to kind of be like mentally prepared, like you need to know the process very well lah. That means from the start. That means you do the sales, the prep, the shoot, then the edit, then the handover. A lot of people always miss out the last part, the handover. I feel that wedding photography to be specific, they are very well versed in giving the last part because you all have like prints, you all have like albums, all this, right? Video don't really have lah, so that's a bit sad. But we are trying to, for 2020, at least for my company, I'm trying to do experience. Because since we can't do something tangible, we have to do something based on experience. So we'll try to invite our couples for viewing, like the first ever exclusive viewing of their full day edit. Maybe at our place, we're gonna share some like popcorns and let them enjoy that moment, that private viewing. That I think this is one of the things that we can do as a video thing, but I think photo, they really have their process of like how they meet their clients and hand over with specialized thumb drive, all that fancy thing, right? I think you need to know the process very well lor. So the editing, how you can speed up editing, something that people always dread. Because that's where all the creative juice start to flow, all the post-processing, all the rectifying your mistakes, all start to come in. The sales part, at least for creative, I feel that the sales part is the hardest. The marketing also like is very hard, but luckily we do photos and videos, so we can just post the content out lah, much easier. But the sales part where you want to try to close leads, is there any tips that how you close leads, like people ask you that process?
Okay, how you want to close your leads is also you must really be very, I would say very personal. Why? In terms of personal meaning, to meet up with a couple and find out from them, be interested in them instead of being your company more interested in closing the deal. So always put them first. And pricing for me, how I close is I will always put pricing at the very end of my conversation. I don't talk about price first. I talk about personal. I want to build a relationship with them first.
It's true lah, because you still put your price on your website, right?
Correct.
So if they really want, they can
price is not on my website. It's only on some, not really. My pricing is not on my website.
You don't put on your website?
They will still need to
go
ask
to you lah.
To email. Through email.
Okay.
But I think having this personal touch, right, is always what I want to have, so that couples will meet their photographer even before they sign.
Okay. So you funnel them to an experience rather than funnel them to a website lah, basically.
Correct.
Correct. It's true. I think I should do that. Tip. I learn another.
But of course, in the recent years, my works actually has been quite well documented already. So I still do get couples that straight away just sign me up without meeting me.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not boasting, but because I've been really shooting for many years. So as and when word of mouth goes on, and especially for my ex-couple, they are my best supporters lah. They are my best fans.
They are
to be
moving
true.
招牌啦.
Yeah.
They help you promote lah.
When a referral come through to my mobile phone, through my website, enquiries, half the battle is won. The next half is how you're going to win it.
It's quite true lah. That's why I say I tell everybody that wants to go into the wedding field, right, or people that's in the wedding field, I always tell them wedding feels like it's a referral game. It's more straightforward for people to refer you, people that trust that refer you, rather than you go out and promote yourself and get people to sign up. I think it's a very hard reality. Like the only time where you get flow of couples coming in is only when your couples that are satisfied of the job that refer you to their bridesmaid or their future people that ask them, then they will direct to you. So you're creating more funnels by shooting more, but shooting more also means that your job must be good lah. So that, but this kind of thing you're inverse lah. If you do badly, then people will remember you as the person that shot badly. So I think these are all the steps in equipment wise. If you have any like gauge.
Equipment wise, I would think that a typical wedding photographer must have should be at least a 50 or a 35 and a mid tele like a 85mm so that you can get close-ups. And talking about gear, make sure you have backups.
Backup means like a second body.
A second body, especially if you just shoot with one body and touch shoot, camera decide to give up on you, you are golden case. So never play with luck. Never play with luck. Because you don't know when your luck will run out.
Besides second body, please get extra memory cards. Because memory cards very prone to get damaged. And usually they're exposed on the golden chunk.
Yes.
Where if you keep, because you keep taking in and out through your computer and through your camera, that chip might chip off and it might corrupt. And you will spend thousands of dollars just to retrieve back the files. I have one of my friend that kena before. It's not about the money anymore. Sometimes if you got a lot of money also you can't even get back the files. So always have backup hard disk, backup memory card, backup body. If you can have a spare lens in case draw. Because at least for photography it's okay, 30, 35 you're good. Usually I have my 16, my 30, 56. Then I have one 18 to 105 to cover the range in case my prime lens fails. Then I still have like a zoom lens to kind of back me up. Not the best lens lah, but at least you have a lens. You don't have to go out and ask like, can I borrow this, can I borrow that? Then you won't freak out on the actual day lah. So that's quite good lah. But for you shooting, what systems do you shoot in?
I'm shooting on Sony.
Poly, you got it. Clara shot in
Canon.
Right? So it's a battle of two systems lah. So photographers.
But maybe just coming before we go on further, right? Just whatever Yan Chong has mentioned, memory cards, lenses, camera bodies. All this sums up into one word that is called investment. Really, investment is very important in our line. Everything is an investment.
I think I need to buy a A7 III. Investment investment very important. But just make sure that you have extras lah. It never hurts to have extra. Even if you don't buy, rent lah. Again, CRC.
Yes.
Rent. CRC. No, because rental. I think rental is another topic. When to rent and when to buy. But is really good if you just start out. You can just have one body, but before the actual day, spend a little bit more on rental. You can put it in your pricing.
Yeah.
Like incur the cost.
Yep.
You won't earn as much, it's true, but you won't get the shit out of your couple. Once if one of your body feels on you,
Yeah,
at least
correct.
you still get the answer to your couples lah.
Yep.
And having extras lah, just make sure that you have extras.
Actually, renting equipment is how I started on my freelance journey. Because when you start freelancing, you technically don't have that much of a capital yet. But you are collecting your package price already. So like what Yan Tong said, put it into your package price. You may earn a little bit lesser, but invest in renting. I mean, you really need that to, create your work.
Yeah.
So never think about the big amount first, especially for freelancers out there, which is right now I'm talking to you because I'm talking from experience that, you don't think about the big money first. If you do not have enough money to buy equipment, just go and rent, and then create the work, put your work out there. When it's good, business will come in.
Wow, very well said, very well said. Okay, so what's the most passionate part of the project that you love in weddings?
Passionate part of
Yeah, which part of the process that you are the most passionate?
it's not the shooting.
For sure, no one loves the shooting.
Yeah. But of course, shooting, you need to shoot from your heart. Yeah. You need to be passionate about weddings, then you can shoot a wedding well. But of course, the whole experience of a wedding, what I'm most passionate about is when I hand over my final product.
Did they see live lah?
Sorry?
On the spot, they see whatever you
Yeah, they will
printed out,
see it
right?
live.
Wow.
Yeah. Why I say I'm passionate about that period of time is because you will see the true reaction of your couple. Because they don't know what you have shot. Really, they have zero idea. You may post photos, teaser on Instagram, Facebook, but those definitely are your best shots. Right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
won't post
Normal.
the normal shots, right?
Yeah.
But normal shots like, group table shots, nobody will post.
Yeah.
But some of them, they really cherish those kind of table shots because to them, that particular someone might be very important to them.
Agree.
Yeah.
Wow, actually it's quite true. That's why I wanted to, in 2020, for my couples, this is what I want to do, to create this experience because videographers don't have no chance to get to see the couples after the thing finish. So the only chance is to kind of like purposely create this opportunity, create this environment that are safe, is quiet for them to really enjoy the film. Because when you send to them, right, they might watch in a hurry or through a phone where the system is not good. they might not enjoy it the correct way.
Yeah.
So they might miss out on certain sound bites or certain things that
Correct.
make the film very special. For couples out there, I think this is what I really want, is to bring the experience and the real way of let you watch the whole film
Yeah.
with certain things because I'm very particular in audio, the bites, the vowels, things that can describe the day itself. And this is one way that we can share the experience with you guys in a platform. Even if it's even though we have to spend 2 hours of our time hosting or prepare the popcorns and everything, but it's worth it
Yep.
when we see the expression of the bride and groom
Yeah.
seeing the actual day,
Yep.
things that they don't even know that happened
Correct.
because they were so involved in the experience. They might leak out some of the things, like maybe last week we managed to show our couple, we managed to shoot the dad try to peep in and see his daughter, and that part the bride don't even know
Yeah.
because he was standing behind.
Yeah.
So these are the moments where it's like, actually there are such moments but they don't know.
Correct.
So it's like we managed to see it and we took it, and the brides are really happy that these are the things that they missed out. So it's like forever in this film that is part of their life lah. It's
Yeah.
the memory that we capture. Of course, it looks good. The storyline is good.
Yeah.
Everything is good lah. Okay, so what's the biggest mistake that you have made? Because since you tell us to fake it till you make it, right? Surely you have some business mistake that you have done, and how do you rectify it?
Biggest mistake that I have.
Hmm.
Okay, those are the biggest mistake was some time early in my shooting days.
Hmm.
I shot in JPEG. I shot in JPEG. Yeah. Not thinking that RAW is any better. Was a very terrible mistake. Yeah.
Okay lah. I took a bit of photos. I really can see the difference between RAW and JPEG. The file size already like very big.
Yeah.
But you can, to me lah, I don't know lah, cause I don't take a lot of photos, but I only know a bit. Like I just know that you can edit a little bit more, right? Like you can go more in depth. You can break a photo more
For
apart
RAW?
lah. Yeah, for RAW.
For RAW, the editing leverage is so much higher than
Really,
it does a JPEG. So taking for example, blown highlights, white on white, especially wedding gowns are white and then on white. If you shot that in JPEG, right, 100% gone already. That photo is technically like the ground blended into the background.
Oh, that's the worst.
But if you shot in RAW, it's your savior lah.
You can
So
still
you
drag out.
still can retrieve back the highlights.
Yeah, always shoot in JPEG, guys. Oh no,
RAW. Shot in RAW.
Always shoot in RAW. Wow. But there's settings that you can shoot RAW plus JPEG, right?
Yes, of course there's settings that you can shoot in
Do you
JPEG
shoot in that?
and RAW. No, I shoot purely
Pure
in
RAW
RAW now.
I see. So no point shooting in JPEG lah. This is not something not important. Not of like
Of course not
if it's
saying
leisure lah.
yeah,
If it's leisure,
yeah,
you can shoot in
correct.
JPEG, shoot for fun. But if it's something that is for client, it's paid job, especially paid job. I mean, if you have the power to do RAW, then why bother doing JPEG? Like,
Yeah.
you are giving your customers the value.
Yeah, should
Yeah.
give them the best.
Except video, you can choose 4K, not 4K lah. Because 4K is really ridiculous big, and don't have slow mo, unless you're Panasonic. But Singapore very little Panasonic shooters lah. Only one I know is Merry Moments. Leon shoot in
GH5.
Yeah, GH5. 4K 60 frames. So
Yeah.
slow mo is definitely guaranteed with
Yeah.
super high graphics. But the editing must be a nightmare lah. At least what 500 gig for one wedding day, which
Yes,
is double lah.
and editing need computer, right? 4K also.
Yeah.
You
So
need better computer.
process, part of the process. If you want to shoot 4K, prepare to have 4K stuff.
Yeah.
Hard disk, everything must change. If not, your computer, my current one can't even handle. I don't think can handle. Okay, so what's your best tip that you can offer for creative individuals out there that wants to jump into this industry? If you can give them one tip.
Keep exploring yourself. Yeah.
Like go and figure what style lah. Is it right?
If you have a certain shooting style, of course that can't change overnight. But never be resistant to change. Because if you are resistant to change, you will feel that you are being stagnant. And being stagnant means that your works are not growing. So sometimes you really need to take time to break out of that comfort zone. Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm shooting for 10 years already. My style has been always be who I am. That speaks of me, speaks of Ryan. But I will invoke some, how would I say, you can say the latest trends of wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I remember your style, the way you shoot,
Yeah.
but every now and then add some kind of flavor, things
Correct.
that you never tried before.
Correct.
Always be a little bit uncomfortable.
Be
True lah.
experimental.
Yeah,
be
true lah. I mean,
experimental.
once you get your safe shot, always give some time for creative shot. When you say creative shot, doesn't mean that you do. It's not just trend lah. I mean, you can do trend, do something that you always want to do,
Yeah.
like things that you see on other videos, other photos, you want to try,
Yeah.
and that's when the moment that you can try.
Yeah.
I feel that when you go to a shoot, I'm not sure whether you still have that feeling or not. Whenever I go to a shoot, whatever shoot, even those that I'm very confident in, I still feel a little bit of nervousness. I don't know whether you have this feeling.
Of course, I have butterflies in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, the moment that you don't feel butterflies or like a wee bit of nervousness, right, means maybe your passion may be dying lah. That's my feeling. I'm not sure.
For me, I would say that if you don't feel any nervousness in doing a wedding shoot, I was then deem that you are a tablet photographer.
Harsh, eh?
I'm speaking from my heart and honesty, because to me, every wedding is different. You don't shoot the same wedding couple, don't you? You don't shoot the same wedding couple week in, week out. So why would a wedding be a template? Yeah.
So true. Yeah, I always tell people that even though I'm ready, like really mentally ready,
Yeah.
but every time on certain parts of the wedding day, I will still feel a bit queasy,
Yeah.
like the tummy like stirring kind of feeling, but still can hold. It's not like a mental thing. It's more like the whole process of knowing you're going through this important time with your couple, because it's really important to them, means it's actually very important to you guys
Correct.
who are doing the work. So they are putting a lot on you, because it's like their most important day of their lives. All their relatives, all the memories will be all pinned on you to get it. So, not saying that this job is easy lah. It's definitely going to be very, very hard.
Yeah.
Like there will be some. You really need to have that kind of feeling of like challenge lah. If it's not challenging, then something is wrong.
Yeah, always challenge yourself. That's
Yeah.
very true. Challenge yourself to be better than the last wedding that you have shot.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very hard this part.
For me, how I challenge myself is, I know that I got a few money shots from my previous wedding. So let's say I have 3. The next one I want to have 4. Next one I want to have 5. Increase by 1.
Yeah.
Then by the end of your whole journey, I think your whole portfolio is all your wedding shots.
Yeah, always trying to add some sort of like target.
Yeah.
You know, when you're doing a wedding film or wedding photography, at least for film, it's more like setting something like, well, maybe it's been a while since you have done maybe the first look, or like a certain part of the process of the wedding that you really want to explore. You can suggest to the bride or the groom. They might be into the idea, and who knows, you might get it into the film.
Yep.
And if the effect is good lah, you can put in portfolio. You know, like you
Yeah.
grow, and when you put all these things out there, then when the product is different, then you can differentiate yourself, mah.
Yeah,
If
that's
being
true.
too safe, then it's very hard for couples to look at you differently
Yeah.
from other photographers. They'll be like, oh, okay, other people also take the same shot, you take the same shot.
Mhm.
So yeah, growing, involving. I know it's not easy to create a certain look lah,
Yeah.
but try to add some elements inside, because whatever you add, the way you shoot and how people shoot, even the settings will be different.
Yes.
So the effect, how it turns out, will be also different. The editing will also affect the photos.
Yeah.
Will in turn will become different. So you will also grow from that. So it doesn't mean that this angle people take already, you cannot take. You can take, but I mean, you can take from different ways,
Yeah.
different style.
From your point of view.
Yeah, I think it's very important to challenge yourself, grow. Okay, so we have cleared all my questions already, but
Okay.
then we still got one part that I added in this podcast.
Okay.
This new segment is I pick up 1 or 2 questions from viewers that have asked, and maybe I'll usually ask it for my guests to answer lah,
Okay.
because there are some burning questions that they want to
Sure.
know. So what kind of marketing do you use? This asked from Arnold from at Arnold Go. He asked, what kind of marketing do you use for your business?
Social media. 100% on Instagram. Yeah, but I don't boost my posts. All my marketings are really generic. So what I do is I create stories as much as I can. So there's kind of like a flow to lead people to my profile. And usually my Instagram visits or my posts are all showcasing intimate moments like, you know, smiling, crying, basically the emotions lah. And then from there they can go to my website. So
you redirect them to the
so I
website.
redirect them. How I know is because I have SEO tracking.
Okay, so basically it's quite cheap lah. So basically marketing wise it's actually very cheap, because he actually quite curious like how much do you spend on marketing?
Zero.
Zero, right? Yeah, actually
Zero.
nowadays it's really like that. It's really organic tracking. Unless you really want to show something out, you can literally, if you use the right hashtag and you take the right photos, if your good, if your work is really very good already. So organic marketing is actually very cheap. Or in fact, you don't even need to use money. You just need a lot of time, plan, getting the right hashtag, kind of getting to the right crowd lah.
So curate lah. Basically, I curate what I want to post, and that would lead to organic reach. Yeah, because what you want is organic. It's not someone who are not interested in wedding photography, or someone is looking for other photography, and then somehow because the IG boost your post. I mean, you boost the post, and then the reach is to the wrong audience. Then that's like, you know, wasted investment.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, start organic first. There's another way that you can do, like you can publicize lah. Like you need to do the right target audience, the setting, everything. But that's another topic. Yeah. So basically, just try organic marketing. Try using out and see how people react to it. I think reacting to what people are reacting to your post is very important. So kind of gauge like how much like you get, all these things, all are numbers for you to kind of refer lah.
Yeah. And also one more thing. So I know everyone uses Facebook, right? Everyone uses Facebook. So what you post on your business page, post it onto your personal page.
Oh yes.
Because those are your personal friends. Let them know what you're doing.
Yeah. It's just to correlate for people to know that, oh, okay, Ryan do photography, Ryan nothing visual, anything photography, look for Ryan. I think it's just more of like a mental game, like brainwash people to kind of like know that you do video, do photo. I think people forget. So many things online, it's very easy for people to forget. So kind of keep posting, kind of remind them, then they kind of know. Okay. So the next question is from Patrick Lim at the Poly Charcoal. He actually asked, how do you post your couples direct or emotions related? Like, how you get that vibe?
Look at Pinterest. Gather ideas from Pinterest. That is one of the first few places that I look for. And also knowing your couple. Are they the fun going one, or are they the one that is more adventurous, or they need a lot of directing? So make sure that your couple are comfortable first. Never pose them into a difficult pose first, because that would literally, you know, I would say spoil the whole experience. Go into simple poses.
Is there any simple poses that I can learn? Just one, we just share one.
Okay, so basically the most simple one, like what I usually do to warm my couple up is, you know, just hold hands, you know, close up your body, you know, and basically I want to make them feel comfortable. So first few shots is, try look into my camera. Just basically look into my camera. So it's like there's eye interaction with me and them.
Okay.
Then I will understand like how far I can push my directing or poses onto them.
So you can gauge lah. That's nice. They didn't know.
Because very important is eye contact. First thing, you look at someone, you will know what they will react to. So there is a few times, like, you know, that I felt that the couple is a bit not too much into the cheesy kind of pose. Then of course you don't want to get into that. Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of
quite
people didn't interact with the couple enough and then get into a cheesy pose and the couple will feel very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, that's the sad part. That's the awkward part lah.
Yeah.
For me, what I do is I play music.
Oh, play music is very good.
I blast music, blast some catchy music for them to like get in the mood, like sing some songs so that they try to like lighten the mood, so that I want to let them like forget that the camera is there. I think to let them like ignore it, then talk to them, tell them to describe something, describe like how you first met, that kind of thing, so that their mind won't be always linked that the camera is looking at me, the camera is looking at me. It is like that, but we have to, as a professional, we have to break the ice by like doing something like this. Last night I didn't know. Last night I just shoot only. Then I noticed that the couple always awkwardly look at me.
Yeah.
Like some reindeer on the headlight, they just look at me. Then they just keep staring at me, which is like totally the last thing that you want them to do, because they want to be in the zone ma. So you really have to break the ice, like. Don't just come in with the camera and just say, I want to take your face.
Yeah.
Tell them, just show them that you're still human. Share a bit of your life experiences. Share a joke. They are still human. They know how to react to your thing. They are not just your client, not your paying client. But you also need to humanize yourself lah. Basically, you need to brand yourself as a human rather than just a photographer and shoot. So how do people connect to you if they want to keep in touch? Website or IG or?
Keeping in touch with me is via IG or via website. Basically, IG is the most latest. You can see all our latest posts on our Instagram. Yeah, and portfolios wise is more on the website. Yeah, it's quite extensive. Not only my works, my photographer's works are all on the website.
So it's nothingvisuals.com.
Yes, nothingvisuals.com.
So IG also at nothingvisual.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so these two. Is there any other channels that people can inject?
I do have some like partnering vendors with gowns, makeup artists. They do post my links there, like because we have some collaboration, some discount. So if you ever find yourself on their website, you may see my name, my company name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mostly on the website.
Yeah, these are the few channels that you can catch up Ryan's work and his whole team. Benjamin and Ricky, I know you are watching, because you guys will be up soon. So thank you so much today, Ryan, for your time. I hope the meal just now, the dinner was good.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thanks for my lovely wife for cooking. So thank you for your time, and we will be shooting one wedding and
very soon.
Yeah, a few more
very
weeks.
soon.
2 more weeks, 1 more week.
Yeah, 2 more weeks.
Yeah, 2 more weeks. So we will catch up then. So we will just see you guys on the next one. Bye.